1. Hook NAT gateway can quietly drain your AWS budget and slow down your application. Let's uncover why this often overlooked service can be a silent killer for startups and what you can do about it. 2. The real problem when you launch applications on AWS. Every decision counts. You need to allow these instances to access the internet for software updates or API calls. A NAT gateway seems like a straightforward solution. But if you're not careful, it can become a budget buster. Costs can add up rapidly. AWS charges per hour for each NAT gateway and for the data processed. You could easily find yourself spending hundreds of dollars each month without realizing it. For startups operating on tight budgets, this can be a significant drain. 3. The simple explanation. So, what is a NAT gateway? Simply put, it allows instances in a private subnet to connect to the internet while keeping them hidden from inbound internet traffic. Here's how it works. Your private instance sends a request to the NAT gateway. The NAT gateway forwards that request to the internet. When the response comes back, it returns through the NAT gateway to your instance. It's efficient for outgoing requests, but it comes with costs and performance implications. 4. Real-world example. Let's look at a startup called TaskFlow. They launched a productivity app hosted on AWS with 3 EC2 instances in a private subnet. To allow those instances to download updates, they set up a NAT gateway. Initially, they thought their monthly bill would be around $50. But after a month, they were shocked to see a bill of $300. The reason? They were processing over 5 terabytes of data through the NAT gateway due to frequent API calls to third-party services and continuous software updates. Their team of 4 engineers hadn't monitored the NAT gateway usage closely. They learned the hard way that a simple oversight in planning could lead to severe budget overruns. 5. What to do instead to avoid the pitfalls of NAT gateway. Follow this actionable framework. 1. Assess your needs. Determine if you really need a NAT gateway. For small workloads, consider a NAT instance instead. It's cheaper but requires more management. 2. Optimize your data usage. Monitor the amount of data leaving your private subnet. If you exceed 1 terabyte, reassess your architecture. Use caching solutions like AWS Elasticache to minimize repeated data fetches. 3. Monitor and alert. Set up CloudWatch alarms for NAT gateway usage. Trigger an alert if data exceeds 200 gigabytes in a week. Regularly review your bills to catch anomalies early. 4. Evaluate alternatives. Consider VPC endpoints for AWS services. They allow direct communication without going through the internet, cutting costs. For external APIs, consider batch processing or scheduling updates during off-peak hours. 5. Regularly review architecture. Conduct architecture reviews every quarter. Engage your team to analyze costs and usage patterns. Adjust your networking strategy as your application grows. 6. Common mistakes. 1. Ignoring data transfer costs. Many overlook how data transfer costs can accumulate. Fix. Regularly monitor your transfer rates in the AWS Cost Explorer. 2. Not setting up alerts. Without alerts, unexpected costs can spiral out of control. Fix. Implement CloudWatch alerts based on your defined thresholds. 3. Overlooking NAT instance alternatives. NAT gateways can be costly for small workloads. Fix. Evaluate NAT instances for smaller applications. They are cheaper but require maintenance. 4. Failing to utilize caching. Frequent requests lead to high data transfer. Fix. Use caching solutions to reduce redundant data fetches. 5. Not reviewing architecture regularly. Your needs change as your startup grows. Fix. Schedule regular architecture reviews to adapt to new requirements. 7. Quick checklist. Assess if you need a NAT gateway or a NAT instance. Monitor your data usage and costs. Set CloudWatch alerts for data thresholds. Consider using VPC endpoints for AWS services. Conduct architecture reviews quarterly. 8. Summary plus CTA. NAT gateway can be a silent killer in your AWS architecture, leading to unexpected costs and performance issues. By understanding its implications and following the steps outlined, you can optimize your usage and save your startup money. Have you experienced unexpected costs with NAT Gateway? Share your stories in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical AWS tips. Bonus practical tip: if you're unsure what to pick, start with the simplest option that ships today. Then measure for 7 days, latency, errors, deploy time, and cost. Only upgrade when metrics force the decision, not fear.